Bada boom! What's on in the goddamn room? How you doing? I am the Breakmaster, and this is Seasonal Talk. We are going to be talking about all things anime. You already know what it is. You've been here. This is the 9th episode in Seasonal Talk, so we're going to talk about all these different animes, some rotations that had to happen as well, like Summer Hikaru died. Apparently just did not come out this week, or I don't know, I just didn't see it, so that's why we switched it out with a different anime, which that anime that switched out for it, I don't know, I'm still watching it, but we'll get into that. And also, we're going to be talking about the top 5 best anime endings for summer 2025. So with all that said and done, let us get into the intro, shall we? All right, before we actually get the slash show and everything else like that going, we're going to talk about the top 5 quickly. The top 5 best anime endings for this season. And just to start it off strong, right? We're going to start off with number 5. That is Clevitus. All right, Clevitus. Do I have the picture for this actually? Because I didn't even check that. There's always one missing, or 2, or 3, or many. I don't know what the heck's going on actually. Hopefully all this stuff's working. I didn't check that actually. That was my bad. That was my bad. Okay, there it is. Clevitus gets the number 5 ranking spot when it comes to the top 5 best anime endings. I have to say that it was actually kind of difficult to choose the top 5, not because we had a lot of bangers, because there are good songs. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of good songs, and Clevitus has a really good sounding ending. Ellie Golden, as she is, she's kind of goated with us also. She kind of knows what she's doing with the music, and she kind of did her thing within this. It's just, I don't know the full meaning behind necessarily the ending here, because it almost feels like, I wouldn't say I can say it's kind of like a love song in a way. I mean, it's in English, so you hear the lyrics and everything like that. So it's just, I hit the lotto when I found you. It's like, it's kind of interesting wording when it comes to this ending here. So I don't know if this is going to be some type of like thing where maybe Clevitus and our main hero here, there's something else that potentially goes on. I doubt that's the case here, but at the same time, there could be this could just mean connections more so than anything else. But I just feel like there wasn't too much meaning in this ending as opposed to some of the others that are on the list, which is why this is at number 5. But again, the song sounds fantastic, and I can't wait to hear the full version of this. So yeah, we're gonna start off now with number 4 on the list when it comes to top 5 best anime endings. And honestly, this is where things get a little rocky for me, because I'm trying to figure out, like, where would I put this stuff? And it's like, it's kind of hard for me. But I think number 4, there's only one number 4 spot that deserves it, and actually perfect. We got this, Apocalypse Bringer. Apocalypse Bringer is number 4 when it comes to the best anime endings here, because I think this actually gives you a lot of interesting details within its ending, just from the visual standpoint, not necessarily even just the music. The music's great too, by the way. Again, all of these songs for the endings are actually fantastic. It's just that, again, visuals got to also be on point. And I think with this one, this is a step up from Clevitus here, especially with how it really focuses on the twins that we see, the 2 evil twins here. So it's nice to see, like, a certain perspective, and I can even say there might be a little bit of spoilers there, a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. So not a bad little, tidbit to see into the future. That's what you're supposed to do when it comes to making good anime openings and endings. So I would put number 4 as Apocalypse Bringer, because I think it works. All right, for this episode, you think so? I mean, there's some really good episodes this week, I'm not gonna lie, Gosab. But welcome in. Let's now go into what is the top number 3. What is number 3 when it comes to the list here? And this is where things get really hard for me to choose which one's gonna be on top, because like any one of these at this point in the top 3 could be number 1. But to be honest, I think the one I will choose to actually be at that spot, that is deserving of that spot, I think they come out actually. If it'll actually, there it is. Hotel Inhumans. It finally gets a W somewhere. I'll let it have that. All right. At number 3, Hotel Inhumans. Merry-Go-Round. It's so cliche, but the meaning of the song, it fits perfectly with the show. You know what I mean? And what makes these endings better is the fact that it's not like the visuals are not just the same thing all the time. It does rotate, and depending on what kind of episode they're doing, it kind of relives those moments that we've seen within the show. So this is a more organic type of visual that you're always seeing within Hotel Inhumans. As weird and as lackluster as the show can be, I have to admit that ending is really nice and very catchy. So Hotel Inhumans easily can get at least number 3. Like I said, any one of these could be number 1 because of just how important from the visual standpoint to the music actually hit together. And this one really does a good job at giving you the right feel and vibe for the show. So number 3, Hotel Inhumans. All right. This episode, the Apocalypse Bringer. I mean, yeah, I figured what you meant. Also, Anna, welcome in. Then he also continues the story by showing. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is what I mean. Like, that's good to do. Always trying to make sure to add more meat to the goddamn bone to these anime openings and endings. Like, you don't have to be super on it. You don't have to just give us slideshows. Because I've seen, for some reason, a lot of endings do that, and I don't like that. I mean, like that's why Clevitis, again, is at number 5, because Clevitis does exactly that. It's usually a slideshow type of situation. Not too much really going on when it comes to it. It's just outside of the fact that the music is good, all right? Merry go round, round, eat some gonna meat, ooh, down. We stop. So now, number 2. What is number 2? Because there can only be one winner, right? So number 2. We're not at number 1, but number 2. What we're gonna do, I'm kind of surprised by this one, but I felt like it's actually appropriate. It's perfect. It's right there, baby. Gachiakuta, number 2, actually. Their ending is a lot better than you actually probably even give credit to, because again, this is another one of those endings that gives you insight on Rudo as a character and how he is trying to rise himself up from trash, but he always still kind of views himself as trash. So there's a cube. That cube gets dropped down in the ending, right? And that's like a metaphor to him getting dropped down to this whole trash beast area and everything like that, right? But he also, you see that cube go rise back up because he can actually try to rise up again. That's what he's trying to do here. But he also gets caught back inside the cube at the same time. So like I said, there's strong metaphors that are actually going into this ending here. And the ending's actually pretty good too. I think it's better than the opening, to be honest with you, when it comes to the music here. So I have to give Gachiakuta credit where credit is due. They have a really good, very unique style of an ending that they have here, especially on the visual side of things. So that's why at number 2, Gachiakuta is deserving of that number 2 spot. I'll give it that. It does a really good job for an ending and for just the understanding of what the character Rudo here, right? Again, it has a lot of layers of meaning of the visual that you're seeing within this ending. So this is why I have to give it that. That's why I'm putting it there, okay? Oh, it's why Hotel Inhumans ending, because it has pictures that shows tidbits of the... Yeah, exactly. Because, I mean, I have to admit, the ending is good. CG on Gachiakuta is also really good. Feels almost... Yeah, it's like motion animation, exactly. I like that style, what they decided to choose here. And like I said, it all really complements itself at the end of the day. They do a really good job with Gachikuta's ending, so I'll give it at number 2. So what is number 1? There's a lot of anime out here, but I have to admit, this one has been a bop in my head for a while now. And it's just that good. Now, I don't know if it's going to show up on here because I don't know if this picture actually works. I just realized I don't think it does. As I was scrolling through, I don't think I've seen it. Yeah, I think it's one of the ones that's broke. Now I'm thinking about it. I don't know why it's broke. But, yeah, unfortunately, yeah, it don't work. God dang it. It's not this, all right? It's not this. Don't worry about that. What it is 2B Hero X. I don't know why 2B Hero X's picture's not working. Technical difficulties all the goddamn time. But imagine 2B Hero X being right here at number 1. Because that is number 1. 2B Hero X ending is great. Again, it's very similar to 2B Hero X's opening, where there's a lot of visual metaphors and meaning behind not just what the song is giving you, but from the visual standpoint as well. Because both the song and the visuals complement each other and really tells you what's to come, basically. It does a pretty good job at that. And I think some of the best job at that, honestly. That's why 2B Hero X, soundtrack in general, honestly, has been fire. It's been nothing but bangers. I don't know how they're doing it, but it's the OST, just the whole thing is done beautifully for this show, and the ending is in that same category of just magnificence. Okay, all right. I'd buy the soundtrack too. The soundtrack is freaking fantastic. I have to give it that. All right. Song adds to the theme of the show, suffer with a cryptic view of the throne. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like it does so much just to give you some added layers and where the future could actually lead and what is even going on with this throne and who is this king that we're talking about, right? Like there's a lot of subtlety that's actually there if you pay attention to it. And like I say, even the vocals from the song, if you actually listen to what the girl's actually saying, lends a lot to PRX's like whole thematic like theme going into the freaking show. So like I said, it's really good. 2PRX is deserving of the #1 spot, bar none. Probably the easiest way I can probably say it like that, right? I'll give it that. God dang it, I'll give it that. That's wrong button. You didn't see that. Ignore that. Ignore that. Look, don't you got y'all to see that, right? Besides that, that's not a spoiler because I was trying to change it. So don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Ignore that. All right, now we can get into the actual anime discussionary portion of all the stuff right here. All right, that's what we can do. All right. Which ending would you listen to most? The most? Easily. I listen to the 2PRX soundtrack all the time. Anna knows. Okay, Anna knows. That's why I know the lyrics. So I listen to the ending. Like I think that the most out of all of them, outside of Clevitus. Cause I do like the song for Clevitus a lot. Ellie Goulding did a really good job. It's just unfortunately the visual aspects of it doesn't really do that well for the series. Like I'm not gonna lie, I was sitting here trying to figure out what the #5 spot was, and it was actually hard to find some endings for some reason for certain shows. I was like, what's happening? Like I would actually, funny enough, Ghost Tab, I was thinking of potentially putting Rebirth Verse at #5, but again, their visuals don't really lend itself to like even what's going on right now in the show. Because like Sukumiya-san is a whole villain, but you don't see that's not like visually there at all in the ending for some reason. So it's like it kind of doesn't. It's, those visuals are just kind of there. They don't really lend itself to anything, which is why I didn't put it on the list, unfortunately. You know what I mean? The full version isn't out yet. So like for Covetous Ending, I think it comes out within next week. I think so, yeah. I heard it's in September. It's supposed to come back, so I'm hoping for it. All right, I'm hoping for it. But let's get into this goddamn conversation right now. We have Fragrant Flowers. It is a beautiful freaking episode this week. I'm not gonna lie. Both me and Anna were actually in I wasn't in tears, but I was like, I was like tearing up. Like I got teary eyed. Right? I was feeling my emotions a little too much in this episode here, specifically because of just the mother. And just how her perspective is and how great of a mom she even is to her goddamn son, all right, to Samugi. Like, she is such a great mom, all right? To see and identify and understand her son's emotions and allowing him to kind of actually just be himself, all right? He actually had a demand or a request, and they didn't try to shoot that down. Because a lot of parents will shoot that down like, oh, you want to dye your hair? No, son, you're not doing that. You want ear piercings? Who are you? You a delinquent? You know what I mean? No, she didn't do that. Neither did the father either. They understood from that emotional intelligence standpoint that he's been struggling with a lot and he has no friends. So it's like you want to be able to try to help your son out in any which way form you can here. So she decided to freaking pierce her earrings, decided to dye her hair, and forget about the whole image, right? Because they run a bakery and everything like that, so your image does matter to some degree. But she said, no, for my son, I will do this. I will do this for my son. So that moment when Samugi actually thanks her, because all the friends are there and everything like that, his girlfriend's there, at the bakery, because they never actually been to his actual place yet. And the thing is, I understand where Samugi's coming from. He never had friends to go, hang out at his place. So this is a first time forever, ever to do this, and he was actually nervous about it, but he knows his boys don't be acting like that, but subconsciously he couldn't let that fear go. So when they finally were there and he was still all nervous, of course that went away once they started seeing oh bro, you in here, you got goods, what's this? And then the girlfriend gotta come through, come on now, and the best friend, come on now, and now they're all here freaking planning things. Bro, this is a squad right here, this is a whole squad. I freaking love this connection, this education connection right here. The show is so sweet. it fills my heart. And like I said, when Samugi thanked her mother, they thanked his mother, she was like about to cry and everything. I was feeling it. I was like, God freaking dang it, man. Oh, you did that. You did that. Be proud of yourself, okay? You're a good mother. you did your due diligence, okay? He's a good man. You raised a good man, okay? Like I love this episode. This was probably the best episode for me this week, or not this week, but like out of the entire show, this has been the best. Like I freaking love it. I freaking love it. God's on. He also fights Samugi jeans and making dumb decisions. Look, don't worry about that. Look, we're not talking about no Samugi jeans. There's no Mugyu. There's none of that. All right. Brad never made me cry, feel so many emotions. Exactly. The parents from Tokopi. Yeah, they need a lesson from her easily. Like, I don't know what's going on here. I was tearing up. He's like, W mom, exactly. Every other anime, the MC will give the thumbs up at most. Pretty much, right? But I mean, like I said, the fact that you took that time to really thank her, because she was being so just nice, and her hospitality was like, it was a 10 out of 10, you know what I'm saying? Like, she really wanted to show out and make sure that, you know, Samugi is having a good time with the freaking boys and the girlfriend and all that good stuff, right? Like, that's ultimately what she was trying to do here. While still working, mind you. I want to throw it out there. She was still working while this whole thing was going on. So, like, I don't know. I really, really like this episode. It pulled on my heartstrings a bit here, because, like, I love seeing things like this, and for her to just have that moment to allow herself to even bask in it. It was great to see. God dang it. So I love this freaking show. Fragrant Flowers. I'm glad I'm watching it. All right. I'm glad I'm not doing a freaking waiting for freaking, what is it? Netflix to get done being stupid and then release all the episodes at one time. Like, you stupid. Get out of here with that. God dang it. All right. Let's move on to the next goddamn show. We got Dun Dun Dun. All right. Maybe it's my fault. Maybe I gave this guy like too much hype or something. I don't know. They had a trailer for this freaking dude, right? I can't remember his goddamn name. I'll be honest. He just got here, but it's like I already forgot. The dude that Bryce Pepperbrook plays. It's like I don't understand like why we hype this man up. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, he kind of sucks, Anna. Like I'm confused at like what, like I don't know. They made it seem like he was like such a big deal, and then he's pretty much Okarun, but worse, basically. if you really like look at it from that perspective, like he did have one helping situation throughout this entirety, because you know Okarun's ball is flying around everywhere. Apparently, a kaiju has it, and now they got to fight a kaiju on the next episode because that's the thing, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, I was kind of underwhelmed by this dude. I'm not gonna lie. Comparing to Okarun makes me sick. I'm sorry. That's the best comparison I can do, because they're both loners, except the difference is, ever since meeting Ayase, he's become a more popular person. There's freaking people, there are people in there, everybody talking to him now. He don't even know why everybody talking to him. He's like, what's going on? Like, I don't understand. Like, they were never talking to me. Like, it's funny his reaction when the dude came up. He was like, why are you talking to me? Like you never talked to me before. Like, so what are you doing? So I'm just saying. And then you got this chick, and you know, she's supposed to be like part of the committee or something. You know, she's supposed to make sure that everybody's still okay. She's like, oh, it's okay, Okarun, you want to go with this bad woman? I'm like, nah, it's like, what's this? Who are you? Are you a third person that's trying to mess with this man? Like, what's going on here? And also, I don't like the fact that he also called Okarun ugly. He's like, you ain't no good looking guy. I'm like, I don't know about that, buddy. All right, why you hating on this man's looks? All right, he don't look like a. You know, let me stop. See, let me not bring this man down, all right? Maybe he can come back. This is one of those situations where I have to wait and see where his character is. It's like the Ira effect, right? I have to wait until Ira, you know, when she gets her moment, she becomes better, right? So maybe this guy can become better than this. So I have to wait and see. But so far, I am not impressed. Yeah, I gotta let this cook. I gotta let it cook. Power from Chainsaw Man. Even that, I don't know if I can agree with that. I don't know. I can see what you're talking about, though. Here comes a new challenger. Okarun is an attractive nerd, and that's my kind of guy. Where my glasses at? I need my glasses. All right, I can be your nerd. Stop. All right, but it was a good episode. It was a good. I did enjoy it for the most part, even though I was getting on my goddamn nerves. It's always good to have freaking Don and Don appear on my goddamn screen. So I had a good time. All right. Dun, 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 dun. All right, let's go to the next goddamn show. All right, Clematis. It's interesting. So Drell over here You're supposed to be like fighting. You're supposed to go to the forge and all that. That's his like main mission, right? This sucker said, "I'm gonna get into a monologue real quick. Let me tell you about your father real quick." I was like, all right. This man literally, he was like 25 years ago, something like that. He went to a whole thing, explaining the entirety of like how this whole thing happens to her father, why he lost his leg, and why he don't have the freaking weapon. Like, he was the guy. He was him at one point until he wasn't, because that dragon, he wanted to kill a dragon for some reason. Because it makes sense because he wants that sword to get stronger and all that. So whatever you slay first is gonna be like the makeup of that sword. So he's like, I gotta destroy something like really strong. We're going for a dragon. And Gerald's like, "What, a dragon? What are you doing?" He's like, Sucker was freaking screaming. And so they try to do it, and his team, they're all wiped out. It's just those two left. And he's like, "Man, we gotta get out of here." Gerald's saying, "We gotta go." But that sucker's like, "Nah, bro, we gonna do this." Freaking loses his leg, and he said, "Dang, I guess I'm cooked." "Well, Gerald, here you go." Freaking throws a sword at him, and then Gerald just all of a sudden, through instincts, freaking does it. He's like, "We did it!" And then now you got the ability here, and that's where I think the contract kind of came to be, because we did see one of the 4 Dark Lords come appear before him, and I think that's where that like interaction happened. And then also that was also the time when he's like, "You know what? Heroes are trash. They ain't nothing. These are propped up weapons that don't mean anything. So I don't know what we're doing here. So I'm gonna do my own thing." All right. He hit that freaking Miles Morales. "I'm gonna do my own thing." You know what I'm saying? That's what he did right there. And now we have the whole story for that. And I don't know how she felt about that necessarily, because at the same time she was getting blown back. Like, Drell is just OP. This sucker is strong for no goddamn reason. Like, she can't even do anything. It's insane how little she actually can like do. But she's trying. Okay. Meanwhile, with all that going on, there is the other dude that we saw before that was the bird. He came back around. He saw Clevitus's actual body. He's still like inside that freaking ball thing. He's wondering why he hasn't popped out of that, but also notices that it is a pretty strong magical force field and all that good stuff. And then we have that dude that Drell killed his whole army. Yeah, the main like soldier there. He's still alive, and he's like, "Take me to the kingdom. I gotta go protect the forge for my life, please." And so they have like a bit of a deal going on, and that's why they're going over there as well. So I'm kind of curious how they are gonna play a factor into this whole fight. Because, again, Drell is literally whooping everybody. Like, I don't know how we gonna stop this dude. And then the big kicker out of all this episode here is that the king of the Hyderax, I think is what they call it, right? The king of the Hyderax, sucker is still alive somehow. Head freaking cut off, but he's still walking. I don't know how he's alive. I don't know what he did, what's going on here. That's part of the reason why the baby wasn't actually being able to activate the force to get inside, because apparently that sucker's still alive. So he's overriding his code. He's like, "I'm still here. I am the code." And so now we find out at the end of this episode, this freaking king wants to throw the baby in the forge. Why? I have no idea. And then Clevitus is sitting there like, "I guess we're gonna see what's going on." And I'm like, "What you mean? The baby gonna get cooked? Like, what are we doing here?" So I'm super curious what's about to happen next week's episode. Because I was like, what? There's a lot that happened in this episode. Now I'm thinking about it. As I talk about it, there's a lot that happened in this episode. But it was good. Very good episode. Clevitus, like, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about, right? Some of the best stuff right here, god dang it. Not even peeking open the door. No, that wasn't pee, man. That was poop. That was poop, all right? Friend sponsored by Bird Dude. You think I can transform with magic? Yes, exactly. Everything, hey, look, at the end of the day, just say it's magic, and it all works out in the end, all right? They're explaining why he killed her dad years later, though. Look, he was a bad man, and send me from, also have a flashback for this week. Exactly. Granted, that flashback was pretty good, too. I actually enjoyed that. But we'll get into that show here in a second. Joe went full flashback or even background by showing she also showed the tournament too. I mean, it also fight to the death. Yeah, it's like I just find it funny that he has a whole thing he's trying to do, right? But he's like, "Hold on, girl, I'm gonna tell you all about your father." Now, once this whole thing's done, I don't know what he does after the fact, right? But like, this is what this man was about. All right, I give him. Hey, look. If you look at the story, I gave him his flowers. He bested me. He was better than me. I wasn't sitting there saying that I'm just goated. No. He was goated too, but not as goated as me though. Otto-san. All right, let's move on to the next goddamn show. Apocalypse Bringer. God, It's interesting how like good this show actually is. Like I wasn't sure how I was gonna feel about this. This show's actually really good. I'm liking this too. Like, as another isekai that I am actually having a very good time with. This show is so good that it got Anna watching it now. Like, she's starting to pay attention a little bit about this show, and I was trying to watch this alone, so she started to pay attention to it. All right. So this has been good. I like this episode a lot because it kind of focuses on like their new hero that appears, which is the Bug Lady. I didn't realize her personality was going to be the way it is, but it was very nice. She's a very nice lady, all right? And I mean, of course, she's probably some like demon on the battlefield, right? We haven't seen that switch turn on yet. But from what we've seen, she's very considerate and kind and caring, and she's just trying to fortify the place, be the defense of the area, because right now she needs to defend this freaking kingdom while Ato and company go out and, you know, do their thing for the people that they're actually talking to right now when it comes to the other kingdom that they're running into. So they got to go over there, help them out and all that. So while that's happening, we're getting a like focus on how she is as an individual, and she's just super caring. She saw the twins like out here crying and all that, and said, "Just come to my bosom. It's okay, child. It's okay. Get some rest." I'm like, she's freaking. It's just, I don't know. It's just too sweet. Like, you're a massive bug thingy, right? I didn't think you're gonna be like this. I'll say that. Dead Dragon thing is pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, it is though. Yeah, I am. Only know half of what's going on though. I'm gonna watch first episode I missed this weekend. Hey, understandable. I mean, I feel like you didn't miss too much because there's not too much going on necessarily. Like you get the adjust like the gist of it basically. Esla, Spanish is the kindest and most terrifying looking next to Doc. Yeah. Well, shoot. I mean, as long as the doctors don't take off their freaking like suits, they're fine. Just when they take those suits off, they are terrifying looking. Like, what is happening here? Like I said again, we haven't seen her switch like get turned on when she's in battle mode, but for the time being, excellent character. I really like this episode a lot of just how we kind of characterized her, and we thought initially she could be an issue potentially because you don't know what you're getting when you summon these heroes, but they do remember each other and all that. So that's why they had they didn't have to fight anything. They didn't have to do nothing. So this was good. This was good. I like this episode. It was, like I said, I'm liking Apocalypse Bringer. This is a good anime. God dang it. Y'all should be watching this. Well, let's keep going. I don't know what this is. Let's just keep going. God dang it. All right. Ugly Mug. Epic Fight. I really feel like there's like a few things in here that are missing that I'm going to have to actually like go into and figure out what's actually. I know 2BRX is missing, so I do want to talk about the episode this week. But there's something else missing. I don't know what it is, so I gotta go find it. What that is. But Ugly Mug Epic Fighter. Yet again, not a bad episode. It's interesting because I expected the other god character that chick. I thought she was gonna actually do something. She appears in this episode, but she never actually. If I remember correctly, she don't really actually do anything, but she is aware of what they're doing right now. So, again, it's the whole idea of making their leader their king. Because at first, he just wanted to make a corporation, and so, like, you know, Ugly Mug is trying to, like, convince him, like, you should be a king, do it this way. I can't really be a part of your team, because if I touch money, it's gone. My abilities don't work like that. But then he also convinced him, like, bro, if that was the case, with all the money we did get from this mission, because they got the bangs. I mean, not the bangs. They got the bands. They got the bands off that mission. After the whole casino situation, they got a lot of money. And, like, he could be a bad guy, right? Touch it and make that crowd disappear, but he didn't. And so that was his character trait right there. He said, you need to find people I can trust and that's worthy to be a part of this whole crew. You're the most trustworthy person I can think of, so please reconsider. And so he's like, I can't say no to you. They shake hands, and so they have a whole. Obviously, it's gonna be their team. You've seen all the suckers. The other two recruits that we do find that's gonna be a part of the whole team here is the one that was working at the casino that was potentially that could have died but didn't. The guy with the glasses, and then there's a dude that apparently he ended up like interviewing or talking to give him information about like the casino and all that. So that guy's like is gonna be like the head. You know, he's the shadow president basically of this company because they're trying to find ways to make sure that at the end of the day, this dude isn't like dealing with all these associates, all these people because he cares too much, and how his special notes are is gonna make problems later on. So I like, again, Ugly Muggy. This guy's very, very considerate and very smart about these decisions that are being made right here. I think one of the reasons why Ugly Mug is working so well for me, as OP as he is, he's not like Kirito, right? This is not a power fantasy show from what I'm seeing here. It's not one of those series where it's like, I'm OP, so I gotta just start flexing on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not really doing that. And I think I appreciate that a lot. And also seeing just his character. He has a lot of character. Again, power fantasies tend to have these characters that come in and they don't really have much going on for themselves. Like Kirito, you can't really explain much of what's really makes him who he is. You know what I'm saying? Even with all the freaking seasons that they got for the show. Because he's very bland. And I can say that for a lot of other isekais that have this power fantasy kind of situation where their main character is like OP. And it sucks to see that. So I love the fact that when it comes to Ugly Mug in particular, he's not that kind of character like at all. And he has a lot of depth to who he is as an individual. So again, I'm really liking the show. Yeah, I thought about I do like Shigeru's expectations are proven wrong by showing how the other characters feel. But yeah, exactly. Because, I mean, he doesn't... Like, the thing is, he doesn't really trust a lot of people himself. And given how the world was, especially back then for him, you can see why he has the perspective that he does. But it's nice to see that he can rely on people. So it's nice to see. His worry of that woman who walks in at the end of the episode. So it could be part of the... Yeah, I haven't got to that point yet. But yeah, the group, Karina, the god, is a part... And possibly. I wouldn't be surprised. That mean... She did see Shigeru and his whole team there. So it's a possibility that this is the plant that's going to be the issue here. You know, so she could be a big problem in the grand scheme of things. Especially, again, the fact that he has this weakness of not being able to touch women is gonna kill him at some point. Like as OP as he is, that's the thing too. He has a clear, defined weakness. And I think I also like that about this as well. Typically, when you have power fantasies, the guy's just OP and there is no weakness. He's just that he's him. You know what I mean? Ugly Mug, he's not necessarily him, but he is powerful. He's OP, but understands that power isn't everything. He could have easily just taken over and made himself Seiji the king, but he knows that there's more to have. Yeah, exactly. And he just wants to have a life. He wants to be able to live. This is a second chance for him, not just simply, to be this overpowering god. Oh, he's retracting Shigeru's life. He starts with the person he sold coffee machines. Now he meets his old boss. Almost feels like Shigeru first act is... Yeah, I think it is like the faces past. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Because, I mean, he wasn't really the best guy in his past life. So for him to actually deal with that, that's really good. All right? The Opie scene felt unnecessary. Yeah, look, I forgot about it already. What Opie scene? Exactly. I don't know what it is. But again, Ugly Mug, good show. I'm liking this. It's hitting on all cylinders for me, and it knows what it is, and it's doing it well. So I appreciate that for the show. God dang, are all these broken, bro? What? Where are the freaking images? Why are they all broke? What's happening? All right, I didn't want to get to this already, but here we are. Rebirth verse. Man, this show just keeps hitting on all cylinders. This show is freaking fantastic. Why is this show so good? Why is the show so good? I freaking love the Seme, the main character. Like, these two, because they had that fist fight, like, they kind of brothers now, bro. Like, I love that. I love this about this, right? I love this about these characters, right? Like, if you throw hands with your boys, that's how you know you gonna be it. That's your friend right there. That's your friend right there. He actually chose freaking Seme over freaking Sukumiya-san. It's like, yeah, sucker. Granted, Sukumiya-san out here kind of tripping. She's kind of tripping right now, all right? She's on a whole different level. She's like, I ain't care about you. I was hoping you choose my side, and I can then hold hands and see all this destruction and all that good stuff happen. Woo, woo, woo. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're trying to do here. Because come to find out, yeah, it's not going well. So Seme actually explains the entirety of what drives him to do what he's doing by creating all like these 100 worlds and all that different dimensions, I should say, right? And we get the whole backstory here. It's pretty good. I like the backstory. The character we see here reminds me of the main character, funny enough, because they're like almost one in one when it comes to how like brash their characters are. So it's just kind of funny how it all comes back full circle when it comes to these characters here. But the whole backstory was to try to defeat fate. Right? Because he had a premonition or he was able to see the future. and he saw that the dam is gonna break and everybody's gonna die. It's gonna be a massive flood and there's a lot of casualties. And he's like, you can't stop the future. And every time he tries to see if he can like reroute it or find a different path, he couldn't, because he thought maybe he could. He was never able to do it. So this guy tries to convince them otherwise. They do it, build the whole thing up. They kind of bond as they're building the levee and everything. And then, yeah, when the day comes, it does seem to work. But unfortunately, some feathers fell down. And it's like, what's this? Everything started getting crazy. Water started freaking rising, and everybody gets bought. And he's sitting like, well, why? Why? We did good. And so, kind of find out after all this, because it goes back to that. Anytime, like, certain situations have to happen, you see these feathers drop down. And there's a reason for that. Because Tsukimiya-san's boss, this freaking feather bird sucker, if he wants to eradicate a world, once they know too much, that's what's about to happen. If they have to follow this line of like code, you're doing too much, you're gonna die. And that's pretty much what this whole situation is. Tsukimiya-san is just pure evil. It's crazy because I was actually on her side for a minute, right? So the fact that she's just like this pure evil freaking villain, just don't give a crap. She's like, oh, I feel the ecstasy of just like having these worlds freaking destroyed, and I'm seeing it like, oh, like what, like, sir, ma'am, what are you doing? What's happening to you? All right. So now they're on their last world. They're on their last dimension that they can jump into, and so we see at the end of this episode, Sam is already fighting Tsukimiya-san, and it's not going well. So yay, he gonna have to get up in there and do something. I don't know. But she's already wild and like, oh, this one's about to be destroyed too. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So yeah, she's like, yeah, she's a bad Mama Gemma. I didn't expect her to be this freaking evil. Like, what happened, bro? Mess everything up. With the birds from ALT. You are not free. Second, yeah, exactly. You are not free. You are in a cage. It's funny. That's a metaphor right there. Like, these birds typically be in cages? No, you humans are in cages now. I'm the king. Reverse makes you not hate the enemies. I don't hate Tsukimiya or Sime. Even both are doing heinous things. And it's like, I understand Sime's like decision now. I see why he's doing it. Especially considering that he's the one that made these worlds in the first place, right? He's trying to give humans another option to be able to have limitless options. That's his whole thing. He is trying his best to do better in this sense, but unfortunately casualties do happen, and he can only do so much to further this along, right? He's trying the best he can. So like, I understand his drive and his goal that he's trying to do here, and his goal is a lot better from what I'm saying than from like Tsukimiya-san's perspective, because she just seems kind of wild with it, you know? So I don't know. I think why Simmons just doesn't create more apparel. He can't, because if he tried to, and every time he does, one of the other parallel worlds have to die. Like, he can't exceed over 100 for some reason. That's like they did explain that. He just, for some reason, he can't do it. I think anytime he does exceed over it, I think that's when the bird steps in and just destroys it or something like that. Like, they're not allowed to go any further than this. You hate me now. I had a best of friendo, exactly. And now they're best of friendos, all right? Don't you throw hands, you're best friends with them forever, all right? That's how it works. I didn't make the rules. But let's continue onwards. Like, again, this show's fantastic. Another, like, 9 out of 10 episode right now. Like, this show's freaking great. Like, if you're not watching freaking Rebirth Verse, I don't know what you're doing. Like, this show is one of the best ones here in this season. You need to watch it. Like, you need to watch this show, god dang it. All right. Betrothed by my sister's ex. This was an interesting and a very wild episode right here because, yeah, the guy that was on the ground, yeah, he starts explaining, like, what happened. He is the carriage man. I'm gonna call it the carriage man. He's bad. Very bad. So what pretty much ends up happening here is that this dude was, like, trying to, you know, do something with, Marie's sister, right? Yeah, he was, you know, yeah, like, you know what I mean, right? Like, that's what he was trying to, I was like, bro, what are you doing? And so he was trying to get that thing going, and she fought back. And, yeah, because they're right by the Capitol. They're right there, but he's like, no, we're going to take a break. And so, yeah, that's why the carriage fell over, and that's why she fell into the goddamn water. He didn't, like, directly kill her. It was an indirect thing, but she fell into the water. The thing is, there's a possibility of her still actually being alive because they never actually found her body. That piece of the hair that was there, she cut it off because this man was grabbing her hair. So she cut her hair off to escape this man. So that's why the hair was there. That's why the dress, like, that's why she was undressed. That's why the dress was there. So those little pieces, those memorabilia and all that stuff, that's why it's happening because what, you know, he was doing the touchy-feely and, yeah. Like, Sluggo, get out of here. That's part of the reason, like, it actually made Marie mad. You've never seen this girl mad. And she was so upset. And that's why the freaking prince came in and said, Sluggo, like, enough of this. Like, what? You're supposed to tell a story, but you don't have to be like this. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? He deserved that punch. Oh, God dang it. Like I can't. That was so bad. That was so bad. But yeah, come to find out, yeah, more than likely she's still alive because apparently this ring they got, right? It's from a person that's retired, but he's like super world renowned. And, when it comes to jewelry, he is that guy you want. But because he's retired, he's like, oh, you can't really get jewelry from him anymore. Of course, his friend comes through for the ring. He's like, I got you, bro. Don't worry about it. Lithium? I can't remember how you say his name, but he comes through for the ring, and they have to share a kiss and everything after you put the ring on. It was adorable. God dang it. Like, again, this relationship between these two is just muy caliente. But, yeah, that person has an apprentice all of a sudden. That apprentice more than likely is Marie's sister. Like, so we're going to find out, hopefully, maybe next week's episode, where she pops in, but I don't know. It's next week's episode looks very messy from the preview. So, man, I'm looking forward to it. Carrick fans is the last boss so far. He goes full evil. Yeah, he went full evil, full goon status, bro. Like, why is he like this? You know about the 100 limit, but if there is one left, just make 99 more. Well, I mean, at that point, where he's at, when it comes to Seme, he's fighting for his life. Remember those towers got destroyed too in those other areas. So like I wouldn't be surprised if that actually disrupted the entire. That's part of the reason why they destroyed it in the first place, because they wanted to disrupt this entirety of these worlds in the first place here. Samugi for Summer Pockets. I wonder if Princess Marie's sister. What? What are you talking about? Bro, I feel like my heart is gonna break next week. Yeah, I don't know if I'm ready for this. It's about to get stupid because she already still feels like she's an imposter in this like relationship here. She's conflicted because she really does love him. There is actual love there. That's why she's kissing this man and hugging and just feeling like at peace with this dude. But at the same time, she knows that if her sister didn't fall into the situation, this relationship might have not even happened. So she just feels like an imposter this entire way. So I do wonder how she's going to navigate through this entire thing, and it comes to the freaking marriage, and because it's coming. So I'm curious what's about to happen here. So next, I mean, well, for when we talk about it, it's part of this week right now, so that's why we're talking about it like this. But I look forward to seeing it when it comes out. But this was a really good episode. This show is heating up. So again, it's another romance show. I don't know why you're not watching it. This show's freaking fantastic, okay? This is great. Love this show, god dang it. Let's keep going. Wait, did Kaiju number 8 come out? Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. Okay, Kaiju number 8. I had to remember what happened this week's episode. Kaiju number 8, it was a solid episode. It wasn't, like, too crazy or anything like that. Because it focuses on Reno and, what's that? I can't remember that dude's name. I feel bad, but it's Reno, and he's part of the same sector as he is. It's his friend, the dude with the red hair. Do y'all remember what his name is? But Reno is trying to get the freaking suit. Now, what's crazy about this? Mohawk guy, thank you. Yeah, I was gonna call him Mohawk guy, but no, like it threw me off initially for the fact that he was just struggling with just the arms, right? Remember, like the whole test thing, you just put the arms on. Why is he in the field with the entire suit? If he was struggling with just the arms, why put the whole suit on him? Like what? Like what? I was so like confused when I saw that. I was like, can he handle this? But apparently, I guess he can. Like, he started making it work, kinda, until it kind of didn't, because started going to his desires, because like his desire is to protect, but he also needs more power. So because of that, the suit's like, oh really? Yeah, you want more power. You want more power. You want more power. You want more. You want more power, right? Yeah. So that's ultimately what kept going on, and Reno's sitting there like, I can't get out of this. But that's when Mohawk Guy comes in. He's like, snap out of it. Get out of this. Get out of your head. Granted, at the same time, he was also in his own head, because he's like, God dang, I'm trash. And I was kind of happy that Reno couldn't actually do it at first, because like, whew, he ain't passing me up. Ever since I got into this whole squad, I've been trash. I haven't been leveling up at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, he started thinking about it like that, because he was always great, but he was great amongst trash, I guess, right? Or amongst people that weren't on the same playing field. Now they are on the same playing field with other gifted individuals. He's like, dang, I'm actually average amongst greatness. So he's trying to find his own path and his own way, and he's actually getting his power level up basically here. So it's kind of nice to see that he is becoming useful, and Reno and him are gonna be that team to really like push things forward. Because again, like I've been saying before, they're gonna need as much weapons as possible for the upcoming battle. Because Kaiju number 9 is not playing around. He's gonna make all these massive Kaijus, and Reno's gonna have to learn how to use his guiding ability. Getting number 6 on point, right? He needs to get in the zone, auto zone with this, because this is getting ridiculous, all right? So again, it was a nice like bond brotherly episode. And seeing Reno, snap out of it for him to find, hopefully he's going to actually get this thing together when it comes to the suit. But it's looking good. It's looking good. I think it seems that way because we're going away from Kafka and focusing on other characters. Yeah, they were asked for more power in anime. You going to get it. Oh, you going to get it. Because Ray has been slowly going downhill. They are missing the originality from the beginning of the show. You know what, Ghost? Can I say a hot take? If I'm being completely honest with you, right? Don't get me wrong. I love Kaiju number 8. It's a great show. Can we sit here and say it actually is like original though? Like, I mean, there's so many like tropes in this show that reminds me so much of other different animes. Like him having that Kaiju go inside his body in the first place is so Parasite. It's Miggy, bro. Like it's literally 1-to-1 when it comes to how similar that is. Just on its own, and how even like it kind of controls his body or takes over his body in some way, right? It's very similar in that sense, and the whole having a beast inside you is very shonen-esque. I believe this is shonen if I'm not mistaken, right? So it's full on shonen-esque. Like there's a lot of tropes in this that are there that we've seen in other shows. So I wouldn't say it's necessarily original, but it like how it handles those tropes does a really good job with it. So as unoriginal as the show is, in my honest opinion, it does well at being able to handle the tropes that are there within the series of the stuff that they are doing with it, right? That's why I feel like it still like works at the end of the day. But I wouldn't really call the show original though. Is my thing. Guessing on the past roster, I'm guessing solo camping and 2BRX. I think it seems like wait, I don't know. Then I'm too old to be a shonen hero. Felt original. Maybe. I mean, I don't know, because like that's kind of the thing. Like I watched so many shonens at this point that a lot of these tropes, they're ingrained with me because I've seen so many. So like I can kind of pinpoint where some of this stuff like comes from with other shonens and other just shows at this point. Like there isn't really an original idea necessarily nowadays, right? But it's how you handle these tropes and the styles that you're trying to go for. It's all about how you handle it, and I feel like there's some ups and downs with how they handle certain aspects of the show. Even in season 1, there's certain elements in season 1 that I was like, it kind of falters a little bit. Season 2 is kind of doing something similar. I'm still enjoying it because like the highest high so far was that fight that we saw with number 9, right? That was the highest high that we've had so far with the season, which is really good. But I wouldn't say it's like dropping down in quality per se, but we have these lull periods that kind of happen here because we have to kind of develop other characters, especially considering what's going on right now. We have to develop these other characters. Also, Witchwatch with regards to shows that didn't show the picture. Oh yeah, true. Yeah, Witchwatch is not on here. I actually replaced Witchwatch with a different show, but again, the crap's like not working. But we'll see what goes on here. But let's keep going. Let's continue. All right, Hotel Inhumans. What happened this episode? I'm gonna keep 100 with you. All right, I don't know. It's like I'm not. Hey, do you remember what happened? I honestly, yeah, I like that's bad, Anna. That's like, did you feel the same way then? Like this show is just like transformation. I'm not gonna lie, the show's faltering a little bit. What the heck happened? I can't remember what happened. Unfortunately, dude gets the. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. True. Look, the fact that I can't remember, it actually deals with dementia. Oh yeah. Okay, I remember now. Yeah. Retired. It's the retired assassin. He comes in there and it's like, oh yeah, I'm an assassin. He's like, yeah, old man. And then the daughter is like, yeah, you're an assassin. Yada yada. They kind of find out she kind of understands that he was an assassin, but she kind of doesn't care at the same time because she just wants them to live. Is not worrying about this crap. It's not freaking disappearing on her. You know what I mean? So they're doing a risk assessment is what's happening here. Now I remember now. They're doing a risk assessment and seeing whether or not they need to kill the old man and the daughter, depending on what they know, because the hotel information doesn't need to get out there, which again, I'm sorry. I feel like that's a plot hole. The way, because they're doubling down on this, but there's so many inconsistencies throughout the entirety of the show so far, where it's like you keep saying this that they're not supposed to have this information about it, but you're a hotel. There's no way you have a massive freaking building like that be just out in the open, mind you, and nobody goes in there except assassins. Like, come on now. I'm not. They even showed at one point there was a bunch of people in the hotel. So you're telling me all those guys are assassins? There were people home with kids. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. It's like there's certain things, certain aspects that makes no sense here, and it just. I maybe I have to suspend my disbelief, but it's hard to do that because they're doubling down on this, and it's like it doesn't make sense to me. It's okay to have some level of information about the hotel, in my honest opinion. They don't need to know about the whole assassin aspect of it, obviously. I get that. So if you're looking towards that, I understand. But they make it seem like you're not supposed to know nothing about the hotel, and it's like, what? All right. So I remember I fell asleep before the daughter was called and woke up when she was talking with her dad. I don't know what was going on. Oh, I see. Like how they handled dementia. I mean, that was good. That was good. You know. So that was a bit on the touching it. Thank you for reminding me. I couldn't remember what the freaking episode was, but I don't know. I'm watching the show, but it's not really hitting me like it was back in episode 3 and stuff like that. Right? Like the show's kind of in a weird place, and I just feel like there's a lot more inconsistencies. As the more I watch, the more inconsistencies I'm running into within the show, and this is why I'm having a bit of an issue with the series as it continues onwards. So I don't know. It was okay. It was okay overall, in my honest opinion. Yes, again, have believing under the whole was how that rock band was popular song they sang. You're still bothered by that. It's like I'm not like that song was so bad. I was like, ain't no way suckers online like, yeah, this is a jam. Nah, you ain't listening to that. They can't even sing. Like, get them out of here, bro. And again, you don't want people to know about this hotel, and yet you're hosting a whole concert at your. But they have nothing but assassins in there. Or are the fans assassins? Like, what do we? I don't. It's what I'm saying. Like, it's just weird what they're kind of doing with the hotel here. It's you know what I mean. That's what I'm trying to say. Like the story elements don't be matching up sometimes, and it's just I don't get it. I don't get it. But it show's okay. This was a decent episode. I'll give it that. I forgot about the whole dementia thing. The old man. It wasn't bad. All right. I've seen stories like this before though, so. Maybe that's why it doesn't hit on me on the same, like, because I've seen this exact story played out in different shows. Not necessarily anime, but different shows. I've seen stuff like this. So, I mean, they do a good job with it. But, like I said, it is what it is. It is what it is. A hidden hotel located in the middle of the city for everybody to access. It's supposed to be it's supposed to be hidden hotel, mind you, Ghost Head. You just said what you said, right? It's a hidden hotel. Yet, we have a concert at this place where the address is there, so everybody can go get a ticket to go see this amazing band. I really think about that. Like what? Let me stop. Like the show's like I don't get it. There's just some things about this show that's like, what are we doing? I'm sorry. All right, let's go to Gachiakuta. All right, this is actually Hey, wait. Yeah, this is actually good. It's, the hidden hotel. Don't you laugh, Hannah. God. God. Freaking dang it. Alright, yeah, this episode we actually get to see the boss, mind you, of the cleaners. So yeah, it's weird. I'm not gonna lie, like, there's a lot of melanin in the show. I'm really thrown off by that. I'm not gonna lie. Like the boss is, he's all black man. I was like, what's going on here? But yeah, I mean, like the design for the characters are freaking goated. Like I'm really liking what's going on here. I like his perspective. He was pretty much like, you're part of the team, Rudo. Like, yes, you're trying to just quote unquote use us, but then you also showed a lot of compassion for the people that you're working with. So therefore, you seem like a good guy. We'll let you go in and join us. God dang it! But you need to get ready. You need to figure out how to use your abilities. So he also learns how to do that basically, right? Because he has to learn how to actually use his gloves. His gloves is his weapon, and so they find out how it works. So again, I mean, we already knew this, like clear if he just watch the show, it's pretty obvious what his ability is. The more things he like, if he cares about it, he can make a weapon basically out of it, right? Simplest terms I can say, because he cares about all trash. So because of that, he can make that into a weapon. I guess it depends on the type of item, whether or not it's actually going to be destroyed or not, though. Because there's a certain level to it, basically, here. Exit designs continue, and then draw the dude offensively. Yeah, exactly. No, not at all. Like I was saying. Yeah, but it has to, yeah. Look, his ability is pretty powerful because anything technically can be his weapon. Anything he touches. Like, his power is way better than most other people because they have to have only one item that they have to care for to then utilize as an actual weapon here, right? Rudo can make anything a weapon and use its, what is it? What was the word they use? It's true purpose, basically. So they have one more go with their true purpose, and once that true purpose is resolved, that's when it breaks. Now I remember what it was. So once that true purpose is resolved, that's when it breaks. So I mean, again, it's a very powerful ability, and he can do it with multiple items. But the more items he does, I think he went up to 3, and this when his nose started bleeding. So obviously, he was feeling some type of way, and it kind of knocked him out. He also learns how good Candy is, because up in the area that he used to live in, again, because the area they lived in, just because he's in the upper world didn't mean he was actually living good, right? Because they don't know that. He wasn't eating no chocolates or no sweets. So he was down here. They got sweets down here for some reason. So he's like, bro, let me try some of that. He started going crazy. Man got fat. It's like, bro. So, you know what I mean? So this is more of a character episode than anything else. It's just getting Rudo out of his slump a little bit, because obviously he was also kind of still bothered by the fact that they thought the dude died. Kind of find out he's still alive, and it's like, right, the man was mobile for no reason, but you know what I mean? But it's just you get to see more of Rudo here and how he's developing throughout the series right now, and it's good to see, and also seeing him work with the other crew members and all that. That's actually here for all the cleaners. So I like this episode because it really focuses on all the characters and characterizing them and just knowing what they're doing. I do appreciate that. Multiple weapon lack special abilities. If one person focuses in on item, it would be stronger. Yes, in a way, because it really depends. Because again, he's making the true purpose. So it depends on the item's purpose where that comes to be here. Why, if it's going to be strong or not. Which is why that little charm he had, it was already broken. He had to fix it up one last time, and that's why it became the weapon it did, because of its true purpose. Let's use it on multiple items. They can be used together. I mean, yeah, exactly. Don't eat brown stuff in the garbage can. Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. I like this episode of Gachiakuta. I feel like the show is getting into a rhythm that is getting to a good point. I do like the show. Gachiakuta is a good show, and I'm glad I'm watching this too now. At first I was like, I don't know how I feel about this, but this is a good show. I enjoy it. So Gachiakuta, yeah, you're doing your thing. Let me see what we got else here. Okay, no. All right. So there's 2 missing. So who are the 2 individuals? Cursor, where are you? Cursor. There you are. All right. There's 2 individuals that are missing. What are they? Oh, okay. Subiero X and Togen Aken. Okay, that's what it is. Yes. Togen Aken. I thought I had the image already. Whatever. Okay. So we'll talk about those real quick. Let me get to Togen Aken real quick. Don't watch the show. All right, if you thought about, man, why is he the Breakmaster still watching it? Don't watch Togen Aken. Don't watch it. Please. It's that latest episode. I don't know how we're getting worse. It's actually what this man. So if you remember last episode, if you were watching it, last episode we had the blonde haired chick in her underwear, right? She looking thick and everything, right? Yeah, we know the deal, bro, right? She's out here fighting this freaking ugly beast thing, right? She was doing good initially, but then she just started faltering, and that's when the freaking ugly thing said, oh, bam, and started freaking pounding her in the face, right? Start stepping on her and all that. But we have this dude that she was protecting this entire time. This freaking guy, he's a wimp. He's sitting oh no, I can't do that. And so we get his backstory. How do I explain it? Because it's so weird. It's I mean, he loves this chick, basically, you find out and everything like that, and his blood ability is pretty much her. The thing is, what makes it weird is the fact that we don't truly understand if she actually really liked him like that, right? Like he adored her, right? But her, it's like it's kind of hard to tell. Like you could tell she cares to some degree, but I don't know if there's like actual love there necessarily. But he was the last one there on her deathbed because she was dying from a disease or something, if I'm not mistaken, right? And the doctor that they had freaking died because there's the Momotaro suckers keep coming in here and killing everybody. So yeah. The only doctor they got in that freaking village, he's dead, so she ends up dying because of it. And so he ends up using her as a source of strength because that's the only way for him to get out of this like shyness nature, basically, because he can't do anything without her, basically. That's the whole thing. Like he's like, I can't do nothing without her. So he's like, you know what? I'm gonna make her my weapon. And it's like I don't know, it's just weird the way he was acting, especially when he got the ability going. I was like, bro, why you a freak? Like I don't know. Yes, Ghost Tab is literally that. I was just like, bro, what is? I don't know. I did not like that episode. I did not like him. He was so bad. Okay, they brought it back just to trash on it. It's crazy. I had to, and I was like, this episode was stupid. I was like, what am I watching? I was like why is it like this? There's some other stuff that happened too. I can't remember. There's another battle in the mix with the other thick blonde chick that's here, because she's the thick blonde chick. The other one's like more of a muscular blonde chick. That's using blood and everything. The other one's from a Momotaro clan, and she's thick in a different way. Like she's freaking like, bruh, what's happening? But she having a battle with the chainsaw dude. Not chainsaw dude, with the saw blade guy. He has like the saw blade coming out of his arm and all that. He ain't gonna win that battle, but he's there fighting her. So I mean, woo, that's probably next week's episode. Please let it be next week's episode. I don't want to see that guy again. I really don't like that dude. Like that guy's so bad. God, he dances in one scene and then they don't even use a fan. Right? Like I can say, and also, can I just talk about the animation real quick? Why is it we move around from 2D to 3D, 2D to 3D so much? It is so freaking jarring. Like it's I don't know. This show's bad. Like I just at first when my girl was around on Invincible, it was blood technique, fan dance. Exactly. The animation was bothering me more than anything. Yeah, because the animation was like it was going in and out of freaking 3D so much. It's like it did not mix. Like what were we doing? But let's talk about that. This is literally the worst freaking show out of this freaking season so far. It's not good. And that's saying so, because there is summer pockets right there. And you're telling me Togenaki can't even keep up with that? Like, ain't no freaking way. Let me stop. To Be Your Ex, the last one I want to talk about. That episode was pulling on the heart a little bit because like Smile, he's a good hero. He reminds me of All Might a little bit, right? Because all he does is punch. And he's fighting against freaking Dragon Boy. And yeah, freaking nice over here because he has a job he has to do. Because they want him to be kind of like he's supposed to be a desolate dude, and you gotta get freaking Smile out the way so you can take his rank. So they try to force this man to pretty much do that. But the thing is, Nice looks up to Smile, like that's his hero. So he's like conflicted so much to even want to do this. And so what he ends up deciding to do, because he's fighting against Dragon Boy, he's like, I'm gonna just stab Dragon Boy, not knowing Dragon Boy absorbs all damage no matter what it is, and he freaking spits that crap right back out, and it's probably 10 times stronger. Because the thing is, any damage he takes, he can redirect that tenfold. Basically, that's his power, which I expected was what it was. And so even with that evil goo go inside of his body, he can spit that back out, and it's making it even stronger, making that evil even darker. And so it got on freaking Smile, got on his neck, transformed him into a freaking beast, and then he ends up freaking Dragon Boy ends up literally cutting this man in half. Like he punches him in half. It's like, bro, what? So he dies. So indirectly, this was Nice's fault, unfortunately. If Nice wasn't there, this situation probably wouldn't have escalated to like to this point potentially. At least not like this. Dragon Boy probably would have still killed Smile, but it wouldn't have been on freaking Nice though. So now he has that on his conscience this entire time because he looked up to this man a lot. And what Ghost had told me just yesterday, there's a possibility that Smile, we know about he has a daughter. This daughter could be Moon. There's a possibility of that. And if that's even more the case, that means he's going to be living with that guilt even more so, knowing that fact, if that's what he's working with, right? We don't know if that's actually true or not, but if that is, it makes more sense as to why he starts to break down and fall, and he does what he does, right? the Knights that we seen, and then we had to get the other dude, the commoner guy, right, to come in and take his place. So we understand what's going on here. He is going down a path that he does not want to be, because his whole ideology is to be a hero. He wants to save, and he can't do that. It was also cool to see X, because that boy came in, he stepped in, and he said, he said, Dragon Boy, get the heck out of here. Just freaking crumble that man up. I'm like, bro, like, freaking X is busted. It's insane how busted he is. That's like, Dragon Boy didn't stand a chance. He converted him back to his original self. I was like, bro, what? So it was nice to see him there. And then he saw Smile, because that was his friend. Smile was his only friend that pretty much knew his identity through and through. So it sucks that he's gone now and he sees this. And he doesn't really fault Nice, because he doesn't really understand the whole situation that what Nice did here. So I'm kind of curious if X ends up ever actually figuring that out, that Nice did this, right? I'm so curious. Like, this show is getting so freaking like crazy and so deep. I freaking love 2BRX. This show's fantastic. Okay, it is hitting on all cylinders. 10 out of 10 episode. God dang it. I think it's great there. I have no proof to prove it. Just felt like how Small mentioned having the art. No, I know you said no proof, but that's a very good theory. You're thinking really good right now, man. And I wanted to bring this up in the video here, because I feel like you might be right. Yeah, and I did not help the situation. Oh, no, he did not. I feel Smile was gonna die though. You don't see him anywhere. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And Dragon Boy freaking sucks. So Dragon Boy is not a hero. He is just a full-on villain. I don't know what's going on with this guy. Like, why is he here? God. I didn't want to be evil either, man. I don't like him. I think his parent had a picture of his daughter, and I think she was too young to be Moon, but it could be an old picture. It could be too. Yeah, exactly. We don't really know exactly how old like his daughter is versus like how old Moon is and all that stuff. I mean, you never know. You never know. So I mentioned said he had seen her in years. True. That is also true. That's what I'm saying. Ghosts have had something, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's right. So 2BRX is freaking fantastic. But let's get on to the last section here, because I gotta get out of here. I gotta start cooking dinner. But when it comes down to what is the best anime this week, it was kind of difficult. There's a lot of good episodes this week, but there is only one winner. What is your winner, guys? Which one are you choosing for this week's anime of the week? I'm kind of curious. We got 2 more episodes, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, exactly. We'll see what happens. I mean, everything's going to hit the fan here, especially on that last episode. And there's got to be a season 2 when it comes to 2BRX. The way it's going, there has to be another season. Biggest thing against my theory is Moon also hasn't mentioned Smile at all. I mean, to be honest, there's not really a reason for her to do that. Not yet, anyways, right? Like, she finally got close to the commoner guy. That would be the closest thing to why she would say that. Otherwise, what would be the point, right? I love Brad. Let's go. You know what? Look, I'm with you on that one. I'm with you on that one, man. Fragrant Flowers, baby. It had to get the W. It had to get the W, all right? That episode was a 10 out of 10 for me. It was my favorite episode this freaking week. Or not even just this week, but like out of the entire show. This is one of my favorite episodes. I freaking love Fragrant Flowers this week. So I had to put it there, all right? Maybe I mentioned, but give any clues? And look. I'm just saying, look. There could be some clues, actually, for all we know. We got to look back at it. I was getting towards Fragrant Flowers, honestly. Yeah, like I wanted to give it either 2BRX, Fragrant Flowers, or Rebirth Verse. Because those 3 episodes in particular really hit on a different level than I think any other of the shows that happened here. Especially not with freaking Togenaga. Togenaga is freaking trash. But Fragrant Flowers, I think, deserves this dub here because it was really good this week. I really enjoyed it a lot. So I had to put that there. All right. With all that said and done, we are done with Seasonal Talk. I will be back next week. We might do a little something different because we're getting very close to the end of all of this. We got maybe I think 3 more episodes of Seasonal Talk, and that'll be the end of it because we're going to do a 12 episode season basically, right? You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna be doing that. So we'll have something special going into the next week. I don't know what yet, but we're gonna have something there. All right. But yeah, tell me your thoughts in the comments below. If you see this as a video, what are your top 5 favorite anime endings of this season, summer 2025? And also tell me your thoughts on some of the animes that we discussed here today. I would like to know, please. Also, give this a like. You can. If you give this a like, it helps with the algorithm to push it out to more people, so people can actually come into the conversation, discussion, and talk more anime with all of us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm not streaming, but NAM is. All right. This is my last stream for this week. So yeah, I'll see you guys more than likely on Monday. So yeah, just stay safe, frosty, my friends. All right. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right. Drink goddamn water. Take your goddamn vitamins. I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, people.